There are many misconceptions about fractionation and how to use it on women. Fractionation is only a tool in hypnosis. So, like any other tool, hypnotic fractionation is neither good nor bad. You can use any tool for good or for bad. The truth is that everyone gets fractionated every day. Hypnotic fractionation is everywhere. When you talk to your girlfriend or wife, she's probably fractionating you. Women are natural at fractionation. When you watch a movie, you're fractionating. When you read a book, you're fractionating. When you drive to work, your mind wanders, and your thoughts are fractionating you. When politicians speak, they use fractionation. That's why they are so persuasive. Fractionation makes lying persuasive. Some children have tremendous power over their parents. Why? Because they are natural at fractionation. This is true. Heck, you're fractionating even when you're watching this video. It's true, and that's why you're paying attention to me right now. As you can see, these words on your screen right now are quite hypnotic. Shogun Method users know this well. If there's one technique that a man must know to deal with their women, it's fractionation. Shoguns follow a method known as the IRAE Model. I, R, A, and E. The IRAE Model makes women emotionally addicted to them. It's a long hypnotic fractionation sequence in 4 steps. In hypnosis, fractionation deepens the level of hypnotic trance of the subject. That's all it does. There's nothing insidious about fractionation at all. In relationships, fractionation deepens your woman's feelings and makes her attached to you. You will be the fix for her emotional addiction. It's simple. Yet, simple doesn't mean easy. Many people understand fractionation, but have problems making it work. There's a reason for this. Again, Shoguns know this. I can't teach you to be a fractionation expert in a video. I can, however, share with you the 3 steps you need to make fractionation work for you. Do you know why Shogun Method users are better at fractionation than everyone else? It's because Derek Rake has taught them these 3 steps. If you're a Shogun, and you're concerned that I am leaking this outside our community, then rest easy. Derek has given me the permission to share this with the rest of the world. Why? Because most guys are using fractionation the wrong way, and it's our duty as Shoguns to help our fellow brothers if they stray. Now, before I tell you what these 3 steps are, do this for me. Click like because it will help me reach out and help guys like you on YouTube. Go on and click like and we'll continue. Done? Great. Let's continue. The first step is what Shoguns call the Pre Fractionation. This step is essential because it prepares your woman's mental state for fractionation. Many guys make the mistake of skipping Pre Fractionation. They'll read some fractionation lines somewhere and then use them on women, and they wonder why nothing worked. Fractionation works the best when it comes naturally in a conversation. You don't simply approach a woman and tell her a fractionation story. That's stupid. Pre Fractionation involves 2 things: building intrigue and rapport. Shoguns know this as the first 2 stages of the IRAE model, the I stage and the R stage. First, you must make a woman feel intrigued with you to capture her attention, and then you must build rapport with her so that she trusts what you say. Otherwise, your fractionation stories will sound fake. Make sense? Also, here's another pitfall that you must avoid. In Shogun Method, there's this concept known as precondition number 2. Most guys fail with women when they violate precondition number 2. The same warning applies here. If you violate precondition number 2, your attempt to fractionate a woman will fall flat. I can't share with you the details inside precondition number 2 because I have sworn to keep Shogun Method a secret. Yet I can tell you what exactly not to do. Never tell a woman you're going to use fractionation on her. This sounds silly, but many guys do this. They say, "Okay, I'm going to try this on you. This is fractionation, and here's how it works. Close your eyes. Woman, you're going to get fractionated." Telling a woman outright that you're going to put her under hypnotic trance is foolish. Shogun Method works covertly for a good reason. Don't shoot yourself in the foot by telling her what your intentions are. Hypnotic fractionation doesn't work on someone who refuses to be hypnotized. Get that? Good. Once you have warmed your woman up with pre-fractionation, then the action begins. Here, again, stock fractionation will not work. Remember this, the examples you have seen anywhere, including those from Derek Rake, are only examples. For fractionation to work, it has to be contextual to the conversation that you have with your woman. Your story has to relate well to her. Good fractionation stories will have to involve both you and her, and the best ones will bring her back to the past and to the future. Derek Rake calls this temporal fractionation. For this reason, fractionation works even better in existing relationships. Why? Because you will have a rich history with her where you can get your fractionation routines from, and then you can project to the future with the same storyline. The following verbal triggers can help you do this. Do you recall? Remember how you felt when? Imagine what happens later when? In the future, we will. Expert Shoguns will complement their verbal fractionation with action fractionation, bring her from one place to another as part of the story. Pickup artists call this location bounce. Shoguns are more strategic in using this technique. In fact, many have used this to get their ex-girlfriends or wives back. They craft a fractionation routine based on the good times they had before they broke up. They bring their women back to the places during the happier times. Then, they project to the bright future where they are back together again. This is one way how fractionation can fix broken relationships and marriages. Hypnotic fractionation is not just for picking up women. In fact, I believe we should never fractionation use for picking women up, but that's just me. To learn how to craft the best fractionation routines, sign up for the Shogun Method online masterclass. Go to fractionationhypnosis.com or click the link inside the video description below. Do that first because it's important. Pause this video and come back once you have signed up for the masterclass. It will be the best thing you're going to do for yourself in a long time. Trust me on this. Now, once you have delivered your fractionation routine, then move on to the third step, post fractionation. What is post fractionation? It's the final step you take to achieve these three things. First, to reinforce the fractionation effect in her mind. Second, to get to closure, because the mind is uncomfortable if a story doesn't end. Third, to make it easier for her to fall in hypnotic trance in the future. Here's a script that you can use as an example. You're going to understand why we are happy together, and why we belong together, and why we should belong together. Repetition is a hypnosis technique. You're going to understand why you feel wonderful when we are together, and you feel down when we are apart. You're going to remember how ecstatic you feel, physically, mentally, and emotionally when you are with me. Remember this. As with anything inside Shogun Method, you should never use this script as is. Tweak it and make it contextual and relevant to her. Tie it up with your shared experiences with her. Make her relate to the story. You will be successful if she sees herself inside the fractionation story with you. Make sense? Good. Remember, there are 3 stages inside hypnotic fractionation. The fractionation routine is only one part of the 3. To make fractionation work, you must sandwich the routine between pre-fractionation and post-fractionation. The best fractionation storylines are contextual and relevant to your woman. For this reason, stock fractionation stories you find outside the Shogun Method community are useless. In fact, women will find you weird if you use these generic fractionation routines on them. I get emails from guys telling me that fractionation didn't work for them. It's not surprising that these guys come from outside the Shogun Method community. It's not their fault that they fail because they have learned fractionation wrongly. For example, someone told me that he used the black rose sequence on a woman, and she just laughed at him. He felt humiliated, and guess what? I wanted to laugh at him also. Why? Because he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know Shogun Method. He used the black rose sequence blindly without knowing how to do it properly. He wasn't a Shogun. He didn't know the IRAE Model. He violated precondition number 2. He didn't know Intrigue Pings. He built the wrong kind of rapport. He didn't know implanted commands. He didn't know Pre and Post Fractionation. Not everyone can join the Shogun Method community. In fact, I don't think it should be open to everyone. Most guys are, and will not be, ready for the sheer power of Shogun Method. Still, I think most guys will benefit from learning how to master the simple form of fractionation. And they can do this from the online masterclass, which is free for now. Join it and learn hypnotic fractionation. Then you may consider learning Shogun Method, but only when you're finally ready.